Pasta Primavera means springtime, and since it's sprouting everywhere, I'm going to show you a version. This is a signature dish from New York City's world-renowned restaurant called Cirque. It was like the go-to place in the 1970s.
So good.
I have a picture of me with the owner, Cirio Macchioni. There he is. He's lying on the table. I'm there in the little corner, and if you can see on the left-hand side, there's Ivana. There I am.
Wow.
The Anna Moffo, who was a huge opera star at the time. Ivana Trump is there. She's there, the blonde, beautiful blonde lady on the left. But this was the restaurant, and they served the original pasta primavera, which all the restaurants all around the country now try to emulate, but this was the original one.
So
wow.
good.
Oh boy!
Yes. Now what I'm going to do for you today is, and you're going to be happy with this again, Dolvet. There's heavy cream in it, but what I do to this recipe, and the original recipe is as is on our website. But what you could do, and you'll like this too. I have not. And I'm going to ask you, please, Deidre, if you would put this in the blender. This is non-fat cottage cheese, and what I did here is I took it garlic and I blanched it in some olive oil. And so it's nice and golden like this. So let me show you right here. I washed my hands yesterday, so don't get excited. Okay, there it is. It's nice and golden. And to that, we're going to add the garlic. And then you go ahead, Deidre, and mix it up so it gets nice and creamy. Instead of using the cream, I'm going to substitute the cream for that. And I bet you can't even tell the difference.
Really?
Okay?
Really?
All right.
That's surprising.
So what we have here, there we go. Make it nice and creamy. Okay.
Creamy now.
Yeah. Okay. Well, but in real life, we'll just keep going until it's nice and creamy. All right. We have our tomatoes here. These are Roma tomatoes that I blanched. I took the skin off. I seeded it. You chopped it up. I sautéed some mushrooms. You can use shiitake mushrooms or regular brown mushrooms, depending on what you like. And then we have zucchinis. Zucchini is coming up right now for springtime. We have our broccoli. Asparagus is good for spring, and of course our English peas.
Look how much green, by the way.
A lot of green. Are you? How am I doing so far, Dolphin?
I'm so impressed.
Yes.
That was a great swap, by the way. That cottage cheese, great play.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very well.
Thank you.
Very well
This
done.
replaced the.
It replaced the cream, the heavy cream that I use in it.
Great.
We have some Parmigiano, which is, always get the Parmigiano that you use that you grate yourself. So don't buy it already done. So, and then we have some fresh basil. Okay, so basically very simple recipe. We're going to take and saute our vegetables, and you can help me with this, Deidre. We'll just toss all the vegetables in here, a little bit of olive oil, and we're going to saute these up. A little salt and pepper on top of it. And if you don't like any vegetable, you can substitute any vegetable that you like. You could put green pepper in it, red pepper, if you don't like asparagus, by all means, don't use it. So we're going to saute this and add a little salt and pepper. I think I put a little bit too much olive oil in here, but tell that. Don't tell him. Okay, so we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to this. Do you like to cook?
By the way, Mark can't even talk right now. He's
Mark can't even talk right now?
I can't. I have a question, though.
Yes, what?
I'm sorry. She asked you a question.
What? No, I just asked
still
Deidre
thinking.
if she likes to cook. You cook, you're a great cook.
I'm a great cook. This already is.
You've written cookbooks.
I need a sous chef. That's what I need.
Yeah, no, I know you.
When you do this, because if I'm making this at home, I would look at it and go, oh, it's too green. I need to call it more like red or what. Do you cook from that perspective?
No, well, this,
like a
again,
red bell
this
pepper or
was
something
their original recipe, but if you want to add red bell pepper or yellow bell pepper, red pepper.
Red?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no need to yell at me. I already failed that test today.
Yeah, don't yell at Mark.
Inferior.
Don't yell at me. What we did with the vegetables first, though, is we blanched them in some boiling water for about 5 minutes just to soften them up again, because you don't want to cook them too much. You want to keep that beautiful green texture in it. Now, to that, what we'll do, Deidre, is add the tomatoes. And you can add it in there. We sauteed the tomatoes after we seeded them and took the skin off in some olive oil and garlic, and then the mushrooms. Look at how colorful this is already. Look at that.
Lovely.
Yeah, look at that.
Lovely.
Very colorful, okay? Look.
Yeah, I do, Megan. I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Red.
All right. Oh, smell it.
see.
Smell it.
Oh no! When I
Can you smell
walk
it?
in the room,
Oh,
it's fabulous.
All right, now we have our cottage cheese mixture here, and this is we have this, and we add some of the cheese. Some of the cheese, we'll just put in it. This is the Parmesan.
grated Parmesan.
The fresh Parmesan cheese.
If you get those little pouches at your local pizza place, I always take the Go ones. So that's really good cheese, right, Matt?
All right. Now what we'll do is we'll take. All right. So you only do this for a couple of minutes. You don't want to overcook them, because then too much of the water comes out of the vegetables, and then you're going to have soggy vegetables. You want them to be crisp. Yeah. Could you taste the crispness?
It tastes delicious.
So we're going to add.
It's really good.
Add it to the cream.
Yeah, I'm going to add this. I'm going to add it to my cottage cheese. I like the idea that look how creamy it looks. And this is non-fat cottage cheese. And you can do, if you want to make like an Alfredo, you can do it just like this and add cheese, and then you have Alfredo, and then you could add, excuse me, don't listen, turn your head. You can add some bacon bits to it. Or, okay, you can look
You're
now.
back. You're back.
That sounds good.
And then,
Come back. Yep, it's over with.
then we're going to add our, I'm going to save some for the top. We're going to add our vegetables. Look how beautiful this looks.
It's gorgeous.
Oh my
Gorgeous.
gosh. Oh, look at that. Now, I'm going to take it and we're going to plate it. And I want Deidre to try some. So I'm going to take a little bit of the pasta. I like to use also the linguine that you could buy fresh. Now you could buy fresh linguine already made.
Can we, just a question, and you guys can chime in, because I think a problem, and Matt, you may feel this way, because former football player, former athlete, we may go, this is really healthy, and then I'll have like 3 giant bowls of that. How do you know from a caloric standpoint, how much is, we're so used to getting so much.
Well, I'm going to show them what I think is the proper portion, what I think.
She wins.
And you let me know if it's okay. I took a little bit like this, and I'll add a lot of the vegetables on top rather than more of the pasta. And then we can add some fresh basil and some pine nuts. And this would be the portion that I would serve. I don't know if you would think that
is that
was
about
too big.
right?
But look
I
at
would
that.
handle a little bit more. Here it is.
Just gorgeous.
Excess is
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous.
There you go.
Anything excess is bad. For example, if you're doing 2, 3 plates of this, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too
Right.
much. You get the one plate, you fill it within the means of that, the inside of that, and it's enough.